Welcome to today's episode of Places, People, Purpose. Yesterday, we took a look at our first trip to Prague in 1977 and what it was like visiting Prague when Czechoslovakia was controlled by Russia. In today's episode, we're going to focus on the beautiful city of Prague in the Czech Republic and some of the very talented artists that the Czech culture has generated. So without any further delay, let's get started. Prague, the capital of the Czech Republic, is a city that embodies a rich collection of European history, culture, and architecture. Known as the City of 100 Spires, Prague's stunning skyline, punctuated by Gothic and Baroque structures, is a testament to its historical significance and architectural beauty. But Prague is not merely a feast for the eyes. It is a city that engages all of the senses, from its diverse cuisine to its warm and welcoming people. In our earlier podcasts, we learned that Prague's culture is a fusion of influences from across Europe, a testament to its central location on the European continent. Its history, shaped by various empires and kingdoms, has left behind a legacy of diverse traditions and artistic expressions. Prague has been a hub of artistic creativity for centuries. The city boasts world-class galleries and museums, such as the National Gallery and the Mucha Museum, where visitors can explore the works of Czech and international artists. The National Gallery in Prague stands as one of the most esteemed cultural institutions in the Czech Republic and a significant repository of European art. The origins of the National Gallery in Prague can be traced back to the early 19th century, when the idea of establishing a national institution to house and exhibit Czech art first emerged. However, it wasn't until the early 20th century, in 1918, following the establishment of Czechoslovakia as an independent nation, that the National Gallery was officially founded. Its mission was to collect, conserve, research, and exhibit works of art that reflect the nation's cultural and artistic identity. The National Gallery in Prague is not confined to a single location. Instead, it comprises several museums and exhibition spaces across the city. The Trade Fair Palace houses a significant portion of the National Gallery's modern and contemporary art collections, making it one of the largest collections of 20th century European art in Central Europe. The Wallenstein Palace showcases the gallery's collection of 16th and 17th century European art. The Sternberg Palace is situated in the heart of the Old Town and displays an exceptional collection of European art, including Baroque and Renaissance masterpieces. The Kinsky Palace is a Rococo palace that is home to the National Gallery's collection of 19th century Czech art. Finally, the Convent of St. Agnes of Bohemia focuses on medieval and Gothic art, providing a unique insight into the artistic heritage of the region. The Mucha Museum in Prague, officially known as the Alfons Mucha Foundation, is a dedicated museum showcasing the life and work of the renowned Czech Art Nouveau artist, Alfons Mucha, who lived from 1860 to 1939. Located in the heart of Prague, the museum is a celebration of Mucha's artistic achievements, particularly his iconic Art Nouveau posters and decorative arts. Classical music also has deep roots in the Czech Republic, with legendary composers like Antonín Dvořák and Bedřich Smetana hailing from Prague. Antonín Dvořák was born on September 8, 1841, in a small village near Prague, and is celebrated as one of the most influential and beloved composers of the 19th century. His music, characterized by its rich melodies, folkloric influences, and national pride, has left an indelible mark on the world of classical music. Antonín Leopold Dvořák was born into a humble family, and his musical talents were evident from a young age. Recognizing his potential, his parents supported his musical education, and he received his early training in the village school and church. Dvořák's career as a composer took flight when he won the Austrian State Stipendium in 1874, providing him with the financial stability needed to focus on composition. This period marked the beginning of his prolific output. Dvořák's music is often associated with the Romantic nationalist movement, which sought to celebrate and preserve the cultural identity of various nations through art and music. His compositions are imbued with a deep sense of Czech identity, and he played a significant role in elevating Czech class music to international prominence. Throughout his life, Dvořák remained deeply connected to his homeland, and he served as the director of the National Conservatory in New York for a time, where he worked to promote American compositions while staying true to his Czech roots. His influence on American composers, including his pupil George Gershwin, is noteworthy. Antonín Dvořák's legacy endures through his timeless compositions, which continue to be performed and cherished by musicians and audiences worldwide. Bedřich Smetana, born on March 2, 1824, is regarded as one of the most significant composers in the Czech and European classical music tradition. Smetana's early life was marked by a deep love for music and an innate talent for composition. He received his initial musical education from his father, a brewer and amateur violinist, and he demonstrated remarkable musical aptitude from a young age. Smetana's compositional career spanned a wide range of genres, from symphonic works to chamber music and operas. His commitment to celebrating Czech culture and heritage through music earned him the title of the Father of Czech Music. Tragically, Smetana's later years were marked by increasing deafness, which eventually led to his retirement from composition. His works continue to be cherished, not only for their musical brilliance, but also for their cultural significance. Today, the richness of Prague's musical heritage continues with the Prague Spring International Music Festival and the Prague Symphony Orchestra. The Czech Republic also has a rich literary tradition, and Prague has been a source of inspiration for writers like Franz Kafka and Milan Kundera. Franz Kafka was born on July 3, 1883, in Prague, which was at that point in time part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. He went on to study law at the Charles University of Prague, eventually earning a doctorate in law. Despite his academic achievements, Kafka was ambivalent about pursuing a career in law and found employment with various insurance companies, a job he would hold for most of his working life. Kafka's writing career began in earnest in the early 20th century, when he started publishing stories and essays in literary journals. His writings were not widely recognized during his lifetime, and he left most of his work unfinished. He instructed his close friend, Max Brod, to burn his manuscripts after his death, but Brod defied his wishes and published them. thus preserving Kafka's literary legacy. Some of his works you might recognize are The Trial and The Castle. Kafka is one of the most celebrated and enigmatic figures in 20th century literature. Milan Kundera, born on April 1, 1929, in Brno, Czechoslovakia, which is now the Czech Republic, is a renowned novelist, essayist, and playwright, celebrated for his profound exploration of the human condition and his unique narrative style. Kundera's thought-provoking novels have earned him international acclaim and a place among the most influential contemporary writers. One of his key works was The Unbearable Lightness of Being. Well, that's all we have for today's episode of Places, People, Purpose. We hope you enjoyed learning about some of the outstanding artists that have come from the Czech culture. Tomorrow, we're going to delve into some of the most beautiful places to visit in Prague, as well as the amazing architecture that is available for tourists to view. So please join us for our next episode of Places, People, Purpose, where we create connections to our world.